Hello students, how are you all? So welcome back to the new video tutorial, and the topic which we are going to discuss today is an introduction to the internet. So when we are talking about internet, what does it mean? Nowadays this internet is also known as net. We simply use the term net for internet also. Okay, so when we are talking about net, it is a worldwide system of computer networks. Means a network of networks, because in the previous video we have already seen what is network. So interconnection of computers. Then what is internet? Internet means network of all the networks in which users at any one computer can, if they are having permission, they can get information from any other computer. Okay, maybe they can sometimes they can talk directly to users at other end. Okay, so the original aim was to create a network that would allow users of a research computer at one university to talk to research computer at other university. Basically the origin was for the universities. Okay, so when we are talking about internet, so the internet is a worldwide network of computer networks that connects university, government, commercial and other computers in over 150 countries. Okay, using the internet we can send electronic mail, chat with colleagues around the world and obtain information on wide variety of subjects. All of us know that what are the significance of internet. Nowadays we feel like handicapped if we don't have internet. Okay, so in today's video we are going to discuss about some basic knowledge about how internet works. Okay, so today the internet is a public, cooperative and self-sustaining facility accessible to hundreds of millions of people worldwide. Now, so in the next slide we are going to discuss the basic internet architecture. So most of you have heard the term TCP, because in the very lower classes we know what is the full form, what is the expansion of TCP/IP. If I will ask you what do you mean by TCP/IP, most of you can answer that okay, it stands for Transmission Control Protocol and Internet Protocol. But if I will ask you for what purpose we are using it and how these protocols work, then maybe one or two from you can answer my question. Okay, so today's video is all about the architecture of our internet, which is basically based on these two protocols, TCP/IP protocols. So internet architecture is a meta network which refers to congregation of thousands of distinct networks interacting with a common protocol, and the protocol used is TCP/IP. This protocol connects any two networks that differ in hardware, software and design. So this protocol is better responsible to provide end-to-end transmission, that is, each and every node on one network has the ability to communicate with any other node on a network. Is it clear to you? So the very important role of TCP/IP is there while using internet. Technically, what distinguishes the internet is its use of a set of protocols, that transmission control protocol or internet protocol. Okay, so in this particular video we are going to discuss about this architecture. So when we are talking about the architecture term, then basically we are having four layers, okay, of internet architecture, and these are the important four layers. So TCP/IP protocol based on these four layers, and the layer names are application layer, transport layer, internet layer and network access layer. Okay, so discuss one by one that what is the significance of each layer. So you have to remember beta that these 4 layers are important part of our TCP IP protocol. Okay, so first one is application layer, then second one is transport layer, third one is internet layer, and fourth one is network access layer. So let us come to once again TCP. So as we have discussed that TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol. It provides end-to-end transmission of data, that is from source to destination. It is a very complex protocol as it supports recovery of lost packets. It is very obvious that it will be complex protocol because it takes care of all the data we want to transmit from one end to another end. Okay, so let us come to application layer. Okay, I am giving you very real life example and then we will correlate it with the data transmission. Okay, so suppose beta one writer is there and that writer can be considered as source. Okay, and he is going to write a manuscript and that manuscript will be our data, and then the writer want to send this manuscript to the editor and the editor will be the destination. Okay, got it? Because here in the internet also we are having what? We are having source, we are having destination, and then our data is transmitted from source to destination. So just have this picture in your mind, then this transmission will be very clear to you all. Here the writer which is writing manuscript is the source and he want to send his manuscript, that will be our data, to the editor. Okay, so that all we want to do during our data transmission. Now see what will happen beta. First the data, that is the manuscript. Now this manuscript we are talking about this, and these things occur in the application layer. Here we are in application layer. So what happens in our application layer? Data is there, source is there, destination is there, that's it. Okay, now next one was beta. Next one is our transport layer. So what happens? Suppose our manuscript or the data is very large, then what will happen? The data will be divided into number of chapters. Okay, here I am using the term chapter, but in technical term that will be used as segments. So in the next layer, that is our transport layer, what will happen? The manuscript that was of very large size will be divided into different chapters of equal size. Now the chapters here technically it will be known as segment. Okay, so in transport layer we will have different segments, then sequence number and the port number, and all these together will make transport header. Okay, so if I will ask you what data does a transport header consist of, or what do you mean by transport header, then you can answer that transport header have what? Better transport header have segments, then sequence number, and then port number. Now what is the use of sequence numbers? I will explain you. Let us have the diagram first. Now here our manuscript, our data is, which is of very large size, and it is required to be divided into number of chapters. Okay, so here it has been divided into chapter 1, then chapter 2 and chapter 3. Okay, so suppose we are having 3 segments, that is we got from the division of our manuscript. Now see, sequence number will be given to each segment because beta, if at the destination we have to get the data in the correct form as well. Okay, So how can we get the data in correct form? If we will get the data in the correct sequence, then data can be organized, because already we have divided the data into segment. So the segment must be arranged sequentially to get meaningful data. That's why we are giving the sequence number to our segments. Okay, so basically I told you that this our TCP IP protocol is having 4 different layers, and first one is application layer, where we are having our data, and in transport layer the data is divided into the number of segments, and the segment will have what beta? It will have the sequence number, it will have the port number, and all together it will comprises of what? Transport header. Okay, then we will move to the next layer. Okay, and the next layer is IP layer. Okay, so in order to communicate, we need our data to be encapsulated as internet protocol. So these IP packets travel across number of hosts in a network through routing to reach the destination. However, IP does not support error detection and error recovery, and is incapable of detecting loss of packets. So since TCP IP works together beta, so this IP protocol is responsible for only transmission. It doesn't play any role for error detection, error recovery, and incapable of detecting loss of packets. All these things are the responsibility of our TCP protocol. Okay, so in this video we have discussed the 2 layers. In the upcoming videos we will discuss rest of the 2 layers. So I hope you have understood about these 2 layers. In the next video we will continue about the 2 layers that we have left. So still, if you are having any doubt, you can ask me. Thank you for watching.